One more for tonight and I'm done. And again, it's the NASCAR Hall of Fame weekend, so I'm going to bring up another person I think should have been in. Probably should have been in the first class. Edwin Banjo Matthews. Now, he did some driving early on, but part of his nickname, Banjo, came from his eyesight, which wasn't too good. He had some decent runs in what we now know as Sprint Cup. I think his best finish was second. But that's not the reason he belongs in. He was a car builder. He passed away in 1996 at the age of 64. He was a car builder of some note. And frankly, the reason he should be in, he was instrumental in launching the careers of Cale Yarborough, Donnie Allison. Other drivers drove for him. But that's not the biggest reason. One of the things Banjo Matthews did, and with the help of Holman and Moody in his early car building days, was what they knew then as surface plate cars. The cars started life in Banjo Matthews' shop. The chassis, the roll cage, and he would build them to the team specifications, go as far as they want, maybe just get a bare frame and the teams would put their running gear on them, or at one time, he was advertising you could go down there for $30,000 and buy a turnkey race car for either the Super Speedway Late Model Sportsman, again, forerunner to the Nationwide Series, we know it now, or even back then it was Winston Cup, what we know as Sprint Cup now. It is said between 1974 and 1985, his surface plate cars won 72% of all the races. And if you have the 79 Daytona 500 on DVD, there's a segment there on Banjo Matthews. Every single race winner in 1978 came out of Banjo Matthews' shop. Started life at Banjo Matthews' shop. He belongs in on being in on pioneering the surface plate cars where teams could get a rolling chassis or maybe just a roll cage and a frame, both their own body work on it. He, as far as I know, he'd build them to your specifications, anything from a frame and cage to a complete car. That's just been kind of my take. Again, I've said this before. Anytime I say somebody belongs in the Hall of Fame, I'll say it again. A sport that's been around since the late 40s and only putting 5 people a year in the Hall of Fame. I wish they had this Hall of Fame 20 years ago, when some of these guys were still living. It would have been so nice to see guys like Banjo Matthews inducted in. And there's more that belong in. Believe me, I will be doing more of these belongs in the Hall of Fame. And if you want to check them out, just go. I put all the ones, I have a playlist on my channel, NASCAR Hall of Fame, they belong in. I put all these ones I say belong in on the playlist if somebody wants to check it out. You can agree, you can disagree. It don't bother me if you disagree. It don't bother me if you put a dislike on the video and tell me why. I wish you would tell me why in the comments. But I mean, I've had people, I've told them why they I put a dislike on their video in the comments. Oh, please don't put a dislike on my video. It don't bother me. Because that, you know, I've even been unsuccessful. I've tried to run polls. If you like the way something's going, put a like on the video. If you don't like it, put a dislike. But it didn't work out. But that's just been kind of my take. This is the last one tonight. But Banjo Matthews for NASCAR Hall of Fame.